Namaste. Hi. Hello. It's LJ coming to you with some practical things and inspired to bring a message via this format to share with you some practical things that you can do to help yourself and help your planet in this time. We are now in the time of bridging worlds. Bridging. This is a sign for bridging. Bridging worlds. We are going from the old world to the new world. Yeah. In some Native American prophecies, the Navajo and the Hopi specifically, there is the prophecy of the whirling rainbow. Let me show you this. This is the whirling rainbow. It's the unity of all peoples. It's worldwide unity. All colors, all races, all creeds. It is the unity and wholeness achieved of the entire planet. And that's where we're heading. We are fulfilling that prophecy right now in this time. It is the time of the wobbly pony, when the earth is changing and the things on the planet are happening that produce a lot of fear. And it's shaking things loose. It's shaking loose the old ways of doing things, the ways that have been established for centuries, and shaking that loose so that a new planet can emerge, a new cooperative, heart-focused, centered place where people are safe and cared for and loved can emerge. And unfortunately, in order to create this space, we have to, in the letting go of these things, we have to get shaken to the core a little bit. And so that's the time we're in. That's the time we're in. That fear is running the train. Fear is driving the train right now for so many. And so Spirit's been tapping me on the shoulder for a long time to start a video blog. So we might as well start today on the spring equinox, March 19th, 2020. But it doesn't really matter when you're watching this video. It's not necessarily time specific, but I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to help get yourself through this shaky, wobbly time. And how about if I start with reading a little bit more about the rainbow, the whirling rainbow prophecy, and just so you can kind of get a grip of a little bit where that is. This is coming from Jamie Sam's Sacred Path cards. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put a link. Sacred Path cards. Yeah. There we go. Sacred Path cards. Of course, you can tell I've worn these out. I've had this for 20 years. But anyway, the whirling rainbow is the promise of peace among all nations and people. It stresses equality and opposes the idea of a superior race that would control or conquer other races. And that's kind of what we've had, The rainbow race brings peace through the understanding that all races are one. The unity of all colors, all creeds, working together for the good of the whole, is the idea that is embodied in the whirling rainbow. When all pathways to wholeness are respected by all cultures, the prophecy of the whirling rainbow will be completed. Okay? So, the whirling rainbow appears visibly to people, okay? And it appears as in the form of a sundog to those who are ready to see. The sundog is a full rainbow circle around the sun, okay? I've seen many pictures that have come up on my feed lately, social media feeds, about, people are seeing these rainbows, and I've seen them too. It's a circle around the sun that has bright white lights at the 4 directions, okay? And it just looks like this rainbow thing just hanging out there, right there in the sky. And a week ago, Monday, I decided to go out here in the woods and sit on a tree stump and meditate. And I looked up, I was guided to look up, and there was one right over my head, this little swath of rainbow right over my head. So that told me that, first of all, skipping chorus to go meditate was the thing to do. And second of all, that this time was coming. You know, that this, it was just before all of this pandemic stuff started. So it was very encouraging to me, because I've waited to see something like that, and seen many things, but not like it was just, hey, this is right over your head, dear. Heads up. Literally, heads up and look. Anyway, so the sundog is a natural phenomenon named by the Native Americans. It's used now by scientists. Sundogs will be seen around the time of the white buffalo, which will be the sky language sign that the secret and sacred teachings are to be shared with all races. Enough of the children of Earth will be awakened to carry the responsibility of the teachings, and the healing process will begin in full swing. That's what's happening. Okay, let's see. There will be a change in feelings that the children of Earth will have during the wobble or the healing process as the whirling rainbows permeate their dreams. Many will remember their purpose for being on this earth walk and will learn to develop their gifts to assist the whole of humanity. Truth will shatter the bonds of separation, and goodness will prevail. The details of the earth changes will come into the dreams of those who are being warned to move to places where they're going to be helpful and safe. Others are going to be told that their talents are going to be needed in areas where the changes are going to occur. Everyone will have to trust their personal vision and follow their hearts in order to assist the whole. Each person will be able to use their gifts with joy and share equally in the bounty created by all of those working together. The other teachings of the prophecy of the whirling rainbow will be released at a later time when more have awakened to the potential that they carry. Okay, so that's like woo-woo, big time woo-woo. So there is a Seneca tradition that uses the visioning of the whirling rainbow in a meditation, and I'm going to share that with you right now. When we're having difficulty in any situation, whenever there's difficulty, you can visualize a rainbow of peace encircling the situation from all sides, just like a big bubble around it. Just put a big old rainbow bubble around the situation, okay? All the people involved and the disharmony. And then twinkle your eyes with joy. Send your inner peace to that situation. And in using this technique and following it in ceremony, place the intention of peace inside that whirling rainbow of peace. Okay, now I'm paraphrasing a little bit what Jamie says, not reading directly. But when the whirling rainbow woman of the Navajo and the Hopi bring the cleansing and regenerative rains to the Earth Mother, her children are also cleansed and healed. When the rainbow of peace of the Seneca encircles each person's sacred space, all will walk in truth, respecting the sacred space of others, and the harmony of living on Earth will be restored. These systems are the teachings of the warriors of the rainbow who are sisters and brothers, uniting the fifth world and working for peace. If the whirling rainbow has appeared, you're being asked to remove any type of discord from your life in order to grow. Don't feed the negativity. Look at the lessons being presented at this time and learn, okay? And focus your attention on creating new beauty and abundance in your life, right? Do not allow yourself to be caught in the quicksand of petty tyrants. A true worthy opponent will present lessons to make you grow beyond any high drama and into a sense of unity with the self. Other petty tyrants are not worthy of your attention or your energy. Do you hear that? The media is a petty tyrant right now. Okay? All it's doing is spreading fear and discord and confusion. Bye-bye. So, you need not take on the issues of others when the discord is due to their lack of unity within themselves. Oh, bye-bye. Encircle any discord with a whirling rainbow of peace, and consider the unity you have with great mystery. When you keep your eye on the goal and your feet on the sacred path of beauty, remember that any challenges to unity are equal to your ability to overcome them. Okay? We already possess everything needed to become great. And the seeds of it are already within us as we are putting the old way aside, the old ways, the old earth, the earth that is about control and fear and domination and poverty and all those things that we've come to know are limiting our potential and limiting our imagination and limiting our dreams and our abilities. Time to put all that aside. We are bridging, this is the sign for bridge, we are bridging into a new world. Yeah. And this is the bridge time. And so while we're walking our way on this wobbly pony kind of bridge, I've come up with 5 things that I feel like can be helpful to you as we are navigating through these times, these transitional times. We're kind of the bug soup right now. We are the bug soup in the chrysalis. We're not the caterpillar. We're breaking things down into bug soup so that we can reemerge the beautiful butterfly and let our wings dry and experience this new earth. Okay, 5 things you can do. 5 things you can do to help yourself with getting through this. Okay, number 1, first and foremost, let compassion be your bottom line, your first response. Compassion. See this right here? This is not just a symbol, folks. Come from here. Come from the heart first. Everybody's life is topsy-turvy right now. We are facing the betrayal of systems that we have entrusted with our very lives for so long that we don't realize how imprisoned we've been. Those systems are breaking down. We are experiencing a renewal right now. You can't have something new without the death of something else, okay? The old ways are going. The ways of fear and control and, I can take advantage of you when you pay me money for a product, because I can dupe you into paying me. Bye-bye to all that. This is a new world. We're operating from the heart. We're operating from compassion. Do you see this picture? Is this not the most beautiful expression of compassion you could ever see? I just cried when I saw that picture the first time. If we could act with this kind of compassion when we talk to each other, when we greet each other, when we talk to each other in the street, say hello, look that person in the eye. Hello, how are you today? And hang out for the answer instead of just, something made up. Change how we do this. That's the first step. Come from here. Come from the heart. Okay? The second step, take some time to meditate or pray. Whatever you do, however you do it. Okay? But during that time of meditation and prayer, focus on the world that you want to create. Focus on a place with plants that are lush and green and thriving and beautiful, and you can just go and pick something from the garden. Have it right there if you like, or make a big salad or cook it up for some folks or whatever. It's right there. It's easy. Imagine that. I imagine that. I've lived it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So imagine that in our world, please. Imagine a world with a climate that's temperate, where the extremes have been softened and things can grow year-round so that there's no shortages of food. There's no lack anywhere, not anywhere for anything. Imagine a place where there's free energy. It's free anyway. The fact that it's harnessed and sold is really, part of that old system. So imagine a place with free energy and ways where we give and share resources with each other. This is the world we're going to, okay? But it helps if you imagine and dream it. It helps most if you turn off the news and replace that time with something like this, okay? That's going to really help a whole lot, because then fear is not driving the train. Do enough to stay informed enough to protect yourself, but put a boundary up. Don't let it rule your life, because it's always made to be worse than it is. Trust me, I'm a reformed journalist. I know. Okay? So as you pray and meditate, start dreaming the world that you want to be in. I want you to experience it. I want you to touch it. I want you to taste it. I want you to feel it. I want you to listen to it. I want you to hear it. I want you to feel what the wind on your face feels like, what the bird song sounds like. Feel that world. Let yourself get really comfortable there, and make that a place that you can go to in your mind really often when you're feeling stressed out. Okay? Create your own little safe, sacred, groovy space. The fourth thing I recommend is to get outside in Mother Nature. Okay? Get away from the walls. Bust out, man. Get out of your more populated areas. Go to places, parks and green spaces. And I mean, if you can't get out and go somewhere, there's a tree somewhere within 20 paces, I'd just bet, or a bush that you can go and sit beside to ground yourself if you need to. And actually, the first, those last three things, actually, my favorite thing to do is to go sit outside. Go find a white pine tree, because I love how the branches are balanced and how they're evenly dispersed up the tree as you go. And I just love how that happens. And so I go sit by the biggest granddaddy white pine tree that I can find. And I, take a little blanket, and some of those spaces are just perfect for your fanny. It's just perfect. We're supposed to do this. So go find yourself a spot, snuggle up with that tree, get your back up against it, and close your eyes. Take about 10 deep breaths, really slow. I take quick in and slow out, and that kind of helps me. Kind of step myself down a notch at a time, Do that about 10 times. I do that when I'm with my eyes closed, and then I'm not imagining anything. What I'm doing next is I am opening up my ears and opening up my senses, and I am asking for the world around me to come in. Let my ears be sharpened so I can hear the birds. Let my senses be sharpened so I can feel the world around me. And you'll be surprised at how many things will talk to you when you start doing this on a regular basis. Really, seriously, what's singing? Are the peepers singing? Is it early morning or late night? Are the peepers hollering? Are there any frogs out? Are the blackbirds singing? Or is a crow calling? Is a hawk kirkiring? What's going on around you? Tune into that, and experience all the feelings you have about it. Let your body fully be present within that space with all of nature around you. Okay. And the next thing I do is I start envisioning. I actually ask for the download to happen, and somehow the door opens and it just comes. It comes pouring in. So visions start coming and things start happening. I get little snippets of pictures. I get tiny little, micro movies. Spirit's going to guide you in whatever way you're open, in the ways that you're gifted in. But I invite you to open up to that guidance and make yourself available for messages that will come, because they will. And pay attention to those messages, because they are important. All right, so there's that. And then I usually take a little notebook with myself, just kind of have a little notebook, and I'll write down any impressions that come, because in the time that it takes for me to walk out of the woods or away from the tree, my mind has already started thinking about something else probably, and I'm going to forget it. So I just write some quick little notes about it, main little words. Did I hear a woodpecker, calling out in the distance? Did I hear, the wings of a hawk flying overhead? What did I hear? What did I see? What did I feel? What visions came? That sort of a thing. I kind of jot those things down so that I can remember them. And then, sometimes I'm guided to go and look up those things further so that, any message that might come can, really come through, because isn't that how angels work, right? Okay, so that's my favorite way to do steps 2, 3, and 4. And number 5, the last thing I'm going to recommend is sing and dance if you can. And the reason I say that is because a chiropractor told me this about 20-something years ago when I weighed about 95 pounds and I was on disability for fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, and I couldn't do much of anything because I felt like I was about 185 years old. So he told me, he said, you know what, LJ? Start singing. Singing vibrates that pituitary gland, which is in the back of our, in the back of our head there in our brain. And it actually helps our body produce those feel-good endorphins, those hormones that make us feel good. And so those start running around our system when we sing. And it's a very good thing. Our body makes us naturally. We don't have to go to any drugs or even any herbs for this. We can do this naturally and make it in our own body just by singing. So, pick a happy song to sing. Something like, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Sing something that inspires you. Sing something that makes you feel good, okay? And that's going to take the vibration up even more, because that's the key. That's the key to this whole talk right here, is we're raising the vibration as we are bridging from the old world to the new. Okay, so singing helps do that, actually physically within our bodies, energetically within the space that we're in and within our aura, and energetically within our homes, okay? So, that Indian man who sings to his corn always has the biggest stalks and the best tasting corn. There's a reason for that, okay? So that's the first part. And then the second part I recommend that goes along with the singing is get your body moving, okay? Get up and dance. Take 3 minutes to just move whatever you can in your body. I don't care if it's just tapping your toes. When I was in a wheelchair for a whole year, I had one working appendage, okay? And so even though I couldn't move, I could imagine myself moving, okay? And so even if you're trapped and you are paralyzed from the neck down, you can still use this and imagine yourself moving and dancing and being and singing, okay? You can imagine it. And your body doesn't know the difference, really, between actually doing it and imagining it. So this is why imagination is more important than knowledge, Einstein said. Okay? Because your body believes everything that you think. So help it to think beautiful things. Help it to think lovely things by using your imagination and using that skill. Okay? All right, so let me run over these one more time. First and foremost, be compassionate. Come from where? The heart. Put on your heart light. Isn't that from E.T.? Yeah. Number 2, dream and imagine the world that you want to be in. Is it this world of strife, that old world? Not for me, man. See ya. Bye-bye. I want the new world. I want the 5th world of peace that has been prophesied by the Hopi and the Navajo. That's the world I want, and that's actually the world we're going to. That you can help it get there in the dream time by your visioning and your dreaming of the space, okay? Praying and meditating was number 3. Getting outside in nature, meditating out there, sitting by a tree, okay, experiencing it, and learning how to take those feelings in so that when you are in a stressful situation, the more you practice that, the more you can be in a stressful situation and you can access that anywhere, anytime. If you're standing in a line at the grocery store and you've just discovered there's no toilet paper, you can tap in. Hey, I'm going to tap into the source of that paper. I'm going to tap into that vision by the tree, right? So you can do that, and it'll help with calming the stress no matter where you are. And number 5, sing and dance, get moving, so you can get those body's endorphins racing. You know, because guys, there's only so much calm and strong with CBD tincture that I can personally make and sell. There's only so much sweet sleep with CBD tincture that I can personally make and sell. Okay, I feel like this message is more important. This message has the ability to help you enable yourself to heal yourself. Okay, with just these very 5 things. Okay, and remember to come from compassion. Now, real quickly, the animal teacher that we have to help us get through these uncertain times is, guess what? The Black Panther, Midnight Jaguar, the one who is all about embracing. I'm going to tear up. Embracing the unknown. That's where we are. So let me read this real quick. Feeling jumpy, nervous, confused, paranoid, afraid of being alone, or somehow at risk? These feelings are the shadow's domain. Acknowledge and release feelings of discomfort as you tell your shadow to get lost. Find the emptiness of the void, snuggle into Black Panther's midnight fur. You're reminded that every human being emerged from the darkness of the womb that we once felt. The safety and nurturing of was the safest place to be. Okay? We've got to find a way not to worry about the future. Okay? Black Panther tells us not to worry about the future. To trust that you're not supposed to mentally figure it out at this time. You may need to confront fears of the unknown, of being less than you truly are, or of an inability to simply be. Let go of fears that appear as obstacles or barriers. Embrace the unknown. Flow with the mystery that is unfolding in your life. The next step may be leaping empty-handed into the void with implicit trust. In the stillness of the void, find the will to avoid foolish interruptions, going deeper into your own self-discovery and healing process. Here you will discover Black Panther's unexpected blessings. Okay, you guys, this video is long enough. I just wanted to share an encouraging message, some practical things that you can do, very, very simple things that you can do to help yourself navigate, to take care of yourself, to nurture yourself and your physical body during this time, and empower you with the wisdom to share with others. Thank you for joining me on this little video, and if you liked it, and subscribe it, share it with anybody that you feel led to share it with, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you a beautiful day, and peace be with you. Namaste. Take good care of yourselves. And don't forget this. Times are changing for a good reason. Hang on to that thought.